Hey, Stoic warrior. We live in a world where people are constantly trying to prove something. They prove they are right, they prove they are worthy, and they explain themselves again and again just to be seen. But the Stoic does not move like that. A Stoic does not beg for attention, does not chase validation, and does not exhaust himself trying to be understood. He understands something timeless: silence is strength. When most people are hurt, rejected, or misunderstood, they rush to speak. They chase, they call, they send long messages, hoping their words will fix what was broken. But every time you explain yourself to someone who has already decided not to understand you, you give away your power. The Stoics knew this well. The more you depend on external approval, the less control you have over your inner peace. When you chase attention or beg for understanding, you silently say that your peace depends on another person's response. That is not peace, that is imprisonment. True strength looks different. Real strength is when someone disrespects you and you walk away without a word. Not out of pride or ego, but because dignity does not chase, does not argue, and does not explain. It simply detaches. This silence is not emptiness. It is discipline. It is self-respect. It is the quiet confidence that says you do not need to be heard by others to hear yourself. Silence has a strange power. When you stop explaining and stop chasing, people begin to feel your absence more than they ever felt your presence. Words can be ignored, dismissed, or twisted, but absence cannot. Silence does not push people away, it pulls them into reflection. It creates discomfort, because it removes the control others thought they had over you. In silence, something else happens: you begin to hear the truth. The world is loud, but silence allows clarity to rise. In those quiet moments, you realize things you once avoided. You see that you stayed too long, tolerated too much, or hoped for change that never came. You realize that you do not need closure from others, you need peace within yourself. These truths do not come through conversations. They come through stillness. Begging for closure often becomes a form of self-betrayal. If someone truly cared, you would not have to beg for explanations or final conversations. Chasing answers from the person who hurt you only gives them power over your healing. Real closure happens when you accept that people showed you who they are, and your silence becomes your decision to move on with dignity. Silence also exposes reality in ways words never can. Words can lie, but patterns do not. When you stop explaining yourself, people reveal their true intentions. Those who respect you will feel your absence and reach out with sincerity. Those who used you will disappear. Those who sought control will become frustrated. Silence does not accuse, it observes, and in observation, truth becomes unavoidable. Not explaining yourself is one of the highest forms of confidence. Explaining yourself to people who have already judged you is not strength, it is fear of being misunderstood. The Stoic does not chase understanding from others. He stands firmly in who he is. Those meant to stay will understand his silence. Those who leave were never aligned with him to begin with. There is deep power in quiet detachment. When you walk away calmly, without drama or final speeches, you teach a lesson no argument ever could. People do not learn from being confronted, they learn from distance. Your absence forces them to sit with their actions, their words, and the space where your presence once existed. And if they do not change, that is fine. The lesson was never meant for them alone. It was meant for you. Stoicism is not coldness, it is clarity. Silence is not weakness, it is control. You do not need to chase, beg, or explain yourself to be worthy. Your silence may not win arguments, but it will win your peace back. Every time you choose not to react, you strengthen your inner world. Every time you walk away quietly, you reclaim your self-respect. Remember this above all else: let your silence be your final word. Not out of ego, not out of spite, but out of deep, unshakable self-respect.